Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and off the car. Coming with the flow straight from the barrio. And coming with the heat from the damn street. This is PBNN, Point Black National News and Great Edition and the Ghetto Edition as well. Because this is what we must do. We must bring that heat from the street with the facts to crack backs, to the boom bit, to the lion ass lips. Because this is what we must do. This is PBNN, Point Black, National News. Now today, we're going to recap some statements that were made by certain people, like Obama and all these different idiots. He's saying stuff. A lot of it is propaganda just to fill our minds up with all types of information so we can have what he calls a scatterbrains. This is how bright this jackass think he is. Making statements such as saying that if you put out enough information and propaganda and all this other stuff, people won't know what to think. Well, it still makes for bullshit, because if anybody listening to Obama and anything he has to say and any influence he has on our government or trickery and garbage, just as we see going on with Donald Trump and the rest of them three-ring circus clowns. You know what I'm saying? For Obama to sit up here that he blasts Trump for not being, considered a serious guy in his home state. Well, I got news for you. To us, he's a serious guy. Who's the clown, though, is you. Ever since you've been in our government, or even from the time you've been in inauguration and you out there got the people looking at you like you were some god or some bullshit, to me you weren't no more than a clock nut fucking clown. And that's straight up. You know what I'm saying? You're the idiot, and you're definitely anybody that would take you seriously is in dire trouble. And that's a fact. Why are you busy quoting about Donald J. Trump? It ain't about just being a Trumpian or Trumpy baby. It's about the fact that it could have been any candidate that you don't like. Would make you have the audacity to speak on any candidate if the candidate is doing something for his country. You know what I'm saying? Because your broke back bitch ass, just like Biden, didn't do shit. All you did was exactly what you said. Put out all kinds of bullshit, do all kinds of bullshit, sign all kinds of bullshit, put out all kinds of bullshit on the news, and you sit there there smiling with this creep. You know what I'm saying? But we see the so-called wannabe, as usual, as we know, a dumbass president called Barack Nutcase Obama, knocks the president, fuck your farmer, you is definitely a farmer, and you wasn't a president to me. He was just another jackass in the books of the Zionist garbage. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at, he's saying that Trumpy Baby, in the interview, he hits Trump or come down on Trump in an interview for not being considered a serious guy in Trump's home state. How do you know that? You know what I'm saying? You control the minds of every jackass following behind you. Obama made the remarks in an episode, you know what I'm saying, of the, Smartless podcast, recorded in March, hosted by actor Jason Bateman and Sean Hayes or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and Will Arnett or whatever, Creep Bomber, you know what I'm saying, pedophilia, wannabe LGBTQ ass, gave an interview along with, creepy Joe Biden, two creeps in one basket, and the president, the Slick Willie, President Bill Killen Clinton, you know what I'm saying. The full podcast was released Monday. Yeah, all the jackasses banding together to try to put everything they can into knowing that they think they had the world fooled off with the garbage that they have done. You watch Trump campaign, you watch his career. I mean, he comes from New York. There's nobody in New York who does business with him or lends him money. That's a lie. He's not considered a serious guy, just like you, and he's a serious guy, not like you. You know what I'm saying? You are not a serious guy, and he was not serious about fixing this country, nor looking out for people of color and migrants or anything to do with that. Because you and Creed Joe Biden is the one who put them in cages and then turned around, took pictures, and then when Trump went down there to try to do something, you called it a setup on Trump. So you use that as a way of broadcasting along with the rest of the crooked suckers on the other side of the border that you've been in bed with for many nutcase of your fuck up nutcase bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you had it on a loudspeaker over there saying that Trump don't like him and Trump this and the president over this and Trump that and shooting the people and doing all kinds of bullshit and ramping up the people to leave to rush over and come over here. So it was a calculated plan from day one for you to open the border in all ways. But you had to find a way to blame it on Trump first. You know what I'm saying? So that when you do it, it'll all be because of Trump why this country got destroyed based on the fact that you say you have 1 billion people coming over into our country, flooding our country, overloading the system, overloading a lot of things. This is what we're saying. You know what I mean? It ain't about whether they could come here or not. It's about coming over legally, you know what I'm saying, not interfering with our political process and not also, flooding out everywhere to where it becomes a conflict of interest because of living space. That's another thing. And also invading democratic cities and doing it to the black people in each of your democratical state. You didn't give a fuck about the black people who voted for you, did you? You know what I'm saying? Now they're feeling the wrath of your bullshit setup that you try to set up and blame Donald J. Trump. So you need to get out of my face with the bullshit that you are talking. So let's move on from this clown as well. You know what I'm saying? Let's read on. You know what I'm saying? But we say Obama, creep, pedophilia, wannabe LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? Rapist, really. Obama also criticized the Republicans, saying that he expected more members of the GOP to speak out against him, like your jackass. Many of them are probably on the take in your democratical Zionist Baphomet Luciferian bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So as far as them speaking out against Trump, they should not be speaking out. And if they're speaking out against Donald J. Trump in their own party, then they are a crook, just the same. Because you should not be in the party finding everything wrong with the presidential candidate who is the leading candidate right now in the Republican Party. So that means the Republican Party has a lot of corruption in it, and it goes deep, and it goes through all. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me that bullshit talking about they should speak out against Trump's behavior. We should have spoken out against your sick ass behavior. If they only know the sick shit that you have done, they'd really be speaking out your sick ass. You know what I'm saying? Anybody would take this nutcase or Barack or nutcase Brockhead bomber, you know what I'm saying, is an asshole in itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no good that he have done. I don't see nothing he have done for black people. I don't see him further any black agendas or reparations for black people, being that the mistreatment and the Holocaust on black people goes even deeper than the Jewish Holocaust, because where you have lost a certain amount, we have lost many 10 times, not 6, 10 times or 11 to 20 times more than you would ever lose. You know what I'm saying? So why are you talking about behavior when you came into presidency? Your behavior didn't speak much for a person with a sane brain. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, I have been surprised that there haven't been, you know what I'm saying, a guardrail inside the Republican Party. Yeah, Trump didn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? You didn't surprise us either. We know from day one you were full of shit. What you think you fooled somebody with that campaign you ran that you thought was so successful and everybody loved you? You know what I'm saying? I said from day one, this ain't no more than a motherfucking con game to get the heat off of fucking Bush Jr. for knocking down the World Trade Center after you caused such great catastrophe amongst your demon democratical little Baphomet Luciferian Zionist clique. You know what I'm saying? You have the audacity to say that. You just came and they just put you in there to make it look like a black man. One, when you're not, you're an Arab and you probably falsify documents and birth paper and all that kind of bullshit in all ways. There is no way you're going to tell me you was a legitimate president just like Creep Joe Biden think he is. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all are two cheating motherfucking Zionist suck balls ass clowns. And that's point blank. Ain't no way I'm going to see it no other way and fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you can sit up here and speak about Donald Trump, a 4-year president, when you had 8 years and we don't see a fucking thing you did except a bunch of bullshit garbage. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to your sexual preference as well. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised. This is Mr. Nutcase Bomber. You know what I'm saying? Want to be fucking president cheating ass, just like Joe Biden and the rest of them clock nuts he's running with. You know what I'm saying? Fucking up our country for years, causing many deaths amongst the population by creating war after war after war. They know more, for some reason, love to be warmongers. You know what I'm saying? Like as if they love to see blood and guts and death. You know what I'm saying? Such as we even seen going on with the college students. Look at the way they treat the college students against a humanitarian crisis and a genocide against a population of people, which has done the same to black people before them. You know what I'm saying? And many have invaded Africa, and now it's feeling the pinch of what goes around comes around. But it's a sad thing to even see it on anyone that this is happening by the hands of these beasts and Zionists in any shape or form. You know what I'm saying? We got many crazy things that is really going on now in Africa that should not be going on. So it tells me that a lot of the leadership over there seems to and have always been somehow on the take. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't see the problems being solved, we see them escalating over and over, even in many ways. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he was surprised, see, he was elected. We were surprised that your fucking ass was elected, you illegitimate motherfucking president. Or no, illegitimate wannabe president. You illegitimate. You wasn't supposed to take office. You know what I'm saying? You, like I said, they put your fucking ass in it rather than put a black ass man in there, black as the night or day or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You put this clown motherfucker in there who's an illegitimate president, falsify documents to get in and cheat his way in to say you giving us a black man as our first president. Fuck you and that bullshit con artist fucking game that you were playing. Like I say, and I'll say it again, they just put your funky ass in there so you could take the heat off of Bush ass as what he did in his criminal fucking act against the World Trade Center and knocking it down. You know what I'm saying? And then that caused him to get the money he needs under the false pretense of the guys and the garbage and the trickery that he played. You know what I'm saying? Calling himself getting the money to go into Afghanistan to just do a waka bullshit and rob and steal out of probably the tombs of the African people of greatness and knock open vaults and all kinds of bullshit and remove Saddam Hussein and all that garbage shit that you did. You know what I'm saying? It's all orchestrated by Zionist motherfucking actions. So I don't give a fuck what you say because we know who the fuck your clown ass is working for. You did not give a fuck about the American people in no shape or form to be up here talking about you are surprised he was elected. We surprised you even was elected at all. And I said it from day one, even when you was up on a podium and had the white people out in that big field and they were looking like they crying and tearing and stuff, thinking a black man coming to save their whole world. You know what I'm saying? I still got another question for y'all clown motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If you talking about a Christ and Christ is black and Christ shows up as black, what you gonna do? Kill him? You see what I'm saying? You always talk about a Christ and, he coming to save humanity, and the first thing you got in your mind is that you got to murder him. Why? Because you feel you're the gods of the planet and you can do anything you want to do to anybody at any given time. There's murder, blood, guts, rip open guts, suck a baby ass and fuck little babies and shit right out of their mother's stomach, or even babies in general, little black kids and shit, and sacrificing them and doing all kind of nasty garbage, vulgar shit. And you got a nerve to talk about Donald Trump. I wonder. Something is not sounding good here. The clown show seems to be going on in all directions. You know what I'm saying? But we see where you say you were surprised. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't surprised in terms of behavior. We wasn't surprised in the terms of your behavior that you seem to think that you hid from the people. You know what I'm saying? But we know your behavior. And your behavior stinks even worse than Donald Trump, as far as the public eye can see. You know what I'm saying? Crooked ass Obama went on to say that he didn't expect, you know what I'm saying, that there would be some folks in the Republican Party who would say no, you can't go that far. You know what I'm saying? Who was there? His motherfucking mother? You clown bitch. He was the president of the United States and still is. Neither you nor Creep Joe Biden won your seat or whatever you call yourself, cheating ass into there legitimately anyway. Even Creep Joe Biden cheated the election. You can sit there and talk about there's no evidence here and there's no evidence there. Fuck you. You cheated the election. Both you and that dumb fucking clock nut you call Biden. You know what I'm saying? You know, both of y'all are full of shit in all ways. And they got a nerve to speak about a president who won the election. You know what I'm saying? And still whooping your ass even up to now. So you got to find everything you possibly could to discredit this man in every way. You got to put out every dirty laundry, every skull, every bones in the closet that you can find to put on this man. But why we don't see the same on your side is the question, isn't it? Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Now we see the party who would say, no, you can't go that far. You can't start praising Putin and saying that his intelligence is better than the U.S. Well, as far as I see, Putin has mentioned some intelligence that seems to be on the right track outside of your dusty fucking crooked ass. You know what I'm saying? LGBT clown. You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with gay people. This has to do with his gay ass personally. And sorry to say it, many of the words we want to use, we can't really use. But to me, he ain't no more than a motherfucking Arab wannabe nigga faggot. And I'm sorry to say it. Now, if you act better and showed us better, then you would have gotten some respect. But your underground work under the scenes and the guise of what people can't see is shit. And you wouldn't believe the shit that he has done. So I don't understand why you're talking about praising Putin. Putin is protecting his homeland from your beastly fucking Zionist garbage setup plan that you set up with crooked ass, weasel ass, bird nose, motherfucking back a wild, flat back head, son of a bitch, calling himself Zelensky the leader of Ukraine. So we see if this is the case, how much do he really care about the Ukrainians when he pulled them into a war that he know if Putin had, he cannot win. So in other words, you're playing disasterbation, disasters up till he drop a nuclear weapon and y'all nuclearize the whole fucking world and kill every fucking body in your nasty fucking religious baka wild bullshit. You're a clown. Fuck you. And that's all we got to say on that matter. So while you're talking about Putin, what is your reason for letting Zelensky join NATO and be up in Putin's backyard? You know what I'm saying? Talking about trying to create a separate state, calling Ukraine a separate state from the old Russia. He's still within the same territory as we see, just like Kyiv, just like all the rest of them. So what we see you going on with had to be orchestrated in some way to pull this to that. And the plan had been set a long time ago when you were pumping all that money many, many years ago, going back to when Donald Trump was just a real estate mogul, pumping millions of dollars into NATO to build a NATO criminal organization of all these 34 nations so you can have that all the way up to where we are today. All you had to do was go over and use that bird-nosed bitch you call Zelensky to use him to spark the match, isn't it? With your trickery, baka wild ass. You know what I'm saying? Talking about you can't praise Putin and say that his intelligence better than the US. Say yes, he fucking can, because he has the right to say whatever the fuck he wants to say. Who's you? His fucking mother? I'm asking the same question again. That'd be his or mother, but not his. You know what I'm saying? But we see Donald Trump demands Jack Smith be arrested after documents revelation coming in by Iran or whatever his name, Palmer, on 5/4. You know what I'm saying? 24 at 5. You know what I'm saying? 38. You know what I'm saying? A.M. Eastern Standard Time. All right, coming off the Newsweek, we see Donald Trump has called for he's called for the special counsel Jack Smith to be arrested after the prosecutors team, you know what I'm saying, said some evidence in Mar-a-Lago classified documents case are no longer in the original. Yeah, is not in the original intact form. I told you. How did I know? Second of all, who the fuck takes pictures of secret documents laid out on the floor? Isn't it secret? So why would you go to Donald Trump and say that he have documents? You could have just simply said, you don't have to be taking the pictures and all this, but now you're saying the evidence show that you have tampered with the boxes and tampered information into the boxes in order to set Trump up even more. So somehow they seem to be on to your ass. Remember, this is the news. In a post on True Social Media, the President of the United States demands arrest deranged Jackson. He is deranged. Believe that fucking idiot is a clown. They using him like how you use a bottle cap or a piece of lint and throw it away, really. You know what I'm saying? Jack the Nut God Smith, you know what I'm saying? He is a criminal after federal. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he is. He definitely is. The prosecutor wrote in a court filing that there are some boxes where the order of items. There's boxes where the order of items within that box, you know what I'm saying, digital scans of material in the wake of the FBI retrieving them from Trump's Florida resort, the Mar-a-Lago resort, in August 2022. Smith's office admitted that this is inconsistent with what the government previously told the court when they said that when they said that the only charges were some classified documents where some classified documents have been removed, you know what I'm saying, and placeholders put in the document. You know what I'm saying? The court filing were in response in response to a request from Walt, I guess, Nuta, whatever his name is, N-A-U, Nuta. I don't know how you say it. Nata or whatever, Nuta. It looked like Nuta or whatever. N-A-U-T-A. You know what I'm saying? He requested from him one of Trump's two co-defendants. He was one of Trump's two co-defendants in the federal case, who is accused of, helping the President of the United States hide materials from the FBI for Judge Arlene Cannon for a delay in the trial, as his lawyers are struggling to determine precisely where certain documents were retrieved from following the FBI search in Mar-a-Lago in August 2022. In another True Social post, Trump accused Jack the Nut Gut Smith of blatant evidence tampering and called for the case to be thrown out. The case should have been thrown out a long time ago. Anytime Creep Joe Biden was found with documents that he said he was able to declassify and take home as well. No classified documents, whether accumulated from the president on either side, should be exposed to the American public, nor should be in any type of a case being drawn up in court over something that they have done on the demon Democratic side and crooked Republicans on crooked demon Democrats on that side and crooked on this side and crooked in every way. In many of these cases that have been up, you've been hiding documents for motherfucking years. So what kind of fucking case is this that you would even bring this up, talking about this? So you ain't had nothing else better to do than do this bullshit, talking about a fucking classified document. He's the president of the United States. Nobody's going to see them documents but him. And if anybody saw those documents, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't be the general public, would it? You know what I'm saying? It has always been clear that the document case is nothing but an election interference scam. And that is true. You know what I'm saying? Concocted by crooked ass, broke back bitch, bum ass Biden. You know what I'm saying? Deranged, jackass, nut gut Smith. You know what I'm saying? and their hack and thugs. You know what I'm saying? They're hack and thugs. Yes, it is. Trump wrote. And that's a true statement in which he made. Now, deranged Jack Smith has admitted in a filing in front of Judge Cannon to what I have been saying happened since the illegal raid, and it was illegal, on my home, the Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, that he and his team committed blatant evidence tampering, and that can be proven by all means. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Blatant evidence tampering by mishandling the very boxes they use as a pretext to bring a fake case. That is true again. These deeply illegal actions by the polarized prosecutor mandate that this whole witch hunt be dropped immediately in the Box Hoax Mega 2024. That's a true saying. Smith's office has been contacted, you know what I'm saying, for comments via email. In their court filing, the federal prosecutor suggested several possible examples why some of the material in question may no longer be in the original sequence as when the FBI agents retrieved them from the Mar-a-Lago estate, including the size and the shape of certain items in the box, possibly leading to them moved around. Well, you know, it was. I guess it was leading to move around. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that seemed to be how their brains really work. For example, the box contained items smaller than standard paper, such as index cards, books, and stationery, which shift easily when the box that's a lie. And you fucking do it. You Zionist, ball-licking clown. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the stationery which shifts easily when the boxes are carried. Yeah, right. Like your nut brains need to be carried clean out of our country. You and the rest of your fucking beastly motherfuckers that putting us into a nuclear war with some bullshit on this garbage ass warmonger fucking bloodthirsty vampire heart that you have. You know what I'm saying? But we see here saying when it was carried around, especially because many of the boxes are not full. Smith team wrote, that's another lie. The filing added that precisely where the classified materials were stored in the box at the Mar-a-Lago estate does not affect the criminal case in any way. Yes, it do. You're lying, son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? In any way, nor give NATO, whatever his name, NATO, whatever his name is, and NAUTA, a reason to delay the proceeding. The proceeding should have been delayed a long time ago and also thrown out, because you cannot charge a president because he has immunity. You arguing the immunity point is only showing a breach of government, of criminality from outside or inside or deep inside our government that should not be there. So don't give me that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But Nita, or whatever his name, Nauta, I hate to keep messing that, Nita, whatever, you know what I'm saying, acknowledge that he and or his counsel have access to the boxes in three formats: the physical boxes, the scan of the documents, and the documents with classified, making Smith team classified documents marking, you know what I'm saying, Smith team wrote. That's another bullshit, if you ask me. Newton, whatever his name is, Newton, whatever his name is, Nauta, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, claims reading accuracy of the unclassified index, you know what I'm saying, index, recently provided to him as a courtesy of what? Courtesy to facilitate his March 12 review of the boxes false. No, it's not. You took you went in there, you probably plant documents in there, and you probably, even when you got the boxes, probably even plant more stuff in the boxes, all to say that that was in the boxes. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. A classified document is a classified document. We don't need a shifting of the boxes and a shaking up of all this and that in order to chump up more charges that your lying ass, bitch ass is lying. Because like I said, pre-Joe Biden, Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, you name it, Bush father, Ray, all of them been hiding classified documents for years. Why all of a sudden in a 4-year president term you find every fucking classified document to shove up his ass? We need to really take a long look at this bullshit for real, because it doesn't make sense. The index did not purport to identify the location of the documents within the boxes. Rather, it indicated that the room in which the documents was found, including box numbers, if applicable, that information is entirely accurate. It doesn't matter whether it's accurate or not. Doesn't matter if it's accurate or not. You've been hiding documents for years. Y'all been taking documents and hiding them out of the White House and shifting shit around for years and years and years in order to, whatever you want, to cause a catastrophe and a war and a bloody murder of human life, in the fact of you making people go do this bullshit for you after you concoct the plan in order to get them to go do it. Trump has pleaded not guilty, which he is, to 40 charges relating to the allegation. So why Biden and his son isn't charged for the bullshit that they have done? So it's a one-sided government that we're beginning to notice that the demon Democrats have been running in our government for years, even using assassination as a part of their plan to keep the narrative going in their direction. You know what I'm saying? Such as we saw what Obama did to that black brother. You know what I'm saying? But Trump has pleaded not guilty to 40 charges relating to the allegations he allegedly retained classified material after he left the office. Yeah, and they were his documents, wasn't they? With your nosy ass. You know what I'm saying? January 2021, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, obstructed the federal attempt to retrieve the documents. You weren't obstructed, you got the documents, didn't you? You know what I'm saying? Obstruct a fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? What was Biden documents doing in the back of a Corvette that you claim he had a right to have those documents in the back of a Corvette? So how many people went into his garage? You know what I'm saying? The CCP went in there too, and every other crooked motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But Newt, whatever his name is, and the Mar-a-Lago and Margalaga maintenance workers, Carlos D. Oliveira, whatever his name is, have also pleaded not guilty to obstruction, charges after being accused of moving the boxes. Man, fuck you. If he moved the boxes, he moved the boxes. Then he moved them from the White House, you clown ass son of a bitch. So if he wanted them moved left or move them right, then he moved them. You know what I'm saying? What's so brilliant? Talk about moving boxes of sensitive material around Mar-a-Lago so they could not be found by the FBI. What the fuck was the FBI doing in this man's house searching for documents? You know what I'm saying? If your job is to go in there and find all these documents, why was it done all of this thing at this time? You're known for seizing documents, lab computers, and all this different stuff. But you know full well that the documents that were taken, it was Donald Trump knowing the documents in which he took. So there is no classified sensitive document that would be moved to Mar-a-Lago that would be sensitive enough to bring this man up on criminal charges of documents that belong to him in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Talking about moving them around to evade the FBI as well as conspiring to delete, security footage at the resort. It's his resort. He can do whatever he wants with the footage in his resort. You bitch ass motherfucker. Just like when Biden signed that bill so you could spy on every American. You know what I'm saying? We need to go up there and remove all the footage our fucking self because you full of shit. It's all about controlling the population such as you did with coronavirus. Not only control the population, but cause many things to happen. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's in that bullshit with you. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's in that with you. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the only one to get away with everything you do, but everybody else must pay the price while you guys run around and fuck our country with no grease. As we see, while you fuck our country with no grease. But we see the trial date in the classified document case has yet to be finalized by Cannon. But Cannon is expected to postpone it beyond the scheduled starting date of May 20th. They need to keep that shit right where it belongs, up their ass. There's nobody interested in that classified documents because we know it's no more than a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. We see Letitia nutcase, twisted ass James, stung by a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's her funky ass, and nobody gives a flying fuck. You know what I'm saying? We see the global synthetic drug crisis has hit West Africa, where people are digging up human bones to make a drug called Kush. Now, what is going on with our brothers and sisters over there in Africa doing this bullshit? What kind of drug is that you're bringing and making in West Africa? You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of this shit been going on lately. We see Sierra Leone declares a state of, and then it comes to a state of emergency over widespread drug abuse. What is going on? So that means that Sierra Leone isn't looking out for the people in no shape or form if they have to damn near be doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? One drug causing, particular concern in West Africa, nation is the synthetic drug Kush. You know what I'm saying? Locals say the drug is made from ground up human bones. This is an atrocity to see West African and black people acting on this type of bullshit. This is Sierra Leone, capital Freetown. In Freetown is a bustling African port city, on the Atlantic Ocean, where even the dead can't rest, say, its residents. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of bullshit that is going on in the world today, where these people in Africa is doing this. Why are you discrediting yourself when you disrespecting the dead by using their bones, what you call yourself doing, smoking your ancestors too? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. You think your ancestors would have want you or your family would want you to grind up their bones and smoke them? You know what I'm saying? And so forth. But we see even where, you know what I'm saying, the cemetery are bustling, were are blustering. I'm sorry. The cemeteries are blustering their security measures because grave diggers are stealing the human bones to make powerful synthetic drugs. You know, local journalists told the Business Insider Sierra Leone in West Africa declared a state of emergency in April over the rising case of synthetic drug abuse due to the spread of Kush, using human bones to make a drug called Kush and then name it Kush. You retarded ass. Which, you know what I'm saying, contains ground up human bones. Addressing the nation on April. You know what I'm saying? April 4th. Sierra Leone president, it looked like his name is Julius Mada Bio or whatever. I don't know what his name is, but I don't give a flying fuck because we need to settle this and clear this out. Our people don't need to be making drugs from some carnal twisted shit. You know what I'm saying? And then sitting up there calming yourself, smoking it. You know what I'm saying? It's a retarded shit. You know what I'm saying? And then what you do when you get so high, you fly in the sky and all problems are solved. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where, you know what I'm saying, Julius is saying, you know what I'm saying, or whatever his name is, the country was facing and it's facing an essential threat from the ravaging impact of the drug and substance abuse, particularly the devastating synthetic drug called Kush. You know what I'm saying? As with the rising of synthetic drugs used in other parts of the world, of course, such as fentanyl crisis in the U.S., Kush could be set to spread. You know what I'm saying? Set to spread where? I mean, anybody in their rightful mind, you know what I'm saying, should not be choosing drugs as a way to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And and using fentanyl in it and mixing it with all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? What is wrong with my people? Don't you know you have stumbled? International expansions is almost inevitable. Michael Cole, a professor of forensic science and science at Angelica, or whatever, yeah, Angelica Rush, what? Rockin or whatever university, whatever in the UK told BI or BL or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's spreading news from news to different newscasts. While there are no official statistics on the number of users of the drug, they are not hard to spot. Reports say the streets of Freetown, the country's capital, are said to be awash with, uh, I guess it's awash with young men often sitting or lying in the spot where they lost consciousness. Where they lost consciousness, of course, we see. You know what I'm saying? Where they lost consciousness, as we see. So when they get high, they can't move, they stuck, no production is done, and they're high, fly in the sky, and they're on top of the world, I guess. You know what I'm saying? From what we see, this is not a good idea. This is not something that you should be doing. And this is very disrespectful, and it also shows the disrespect of your ancestors that you have done. So now we see where, even when it comes to the protection of Egypt and what was going on in Egypt and the fight and the spread of all these different wicked ass nations, black people did not stand up for anything and also probably facilitate a lot of it right along with these beasts. You know what I'm saying? As we see, we even see where the young men often are are lying in the spot where they lost consciousness after smoking a drug. Sally Hayden, report for the Irish, Times. Why local say Kush is sometimes made with ground up human bones. Because we see here where Kush has been around for years, in Sierra Leone, but its extract or is extract origin, and composition remain unclear. Cole told BL, or whatever it is, that Kush was a mixture of tobacco, cannabis, uh, tramadol, and fentanyl. But he noted that some believe it can be, it can also contain uh, formaldehyde. A preventative use in I guess in embalming, use in embalming fluid for a corpse. So of course, this is the sickenest thing I've ever heard black people are doing in Africa. And Sierra Leone ain't no different than the rest of the world when it comes to, this drug. It seems like this drug abuse shit that you're trying to stagnate the whole of Sierra Leone young people. Because much of the people that is going to be smoking is going to be young people it's going to get to, and so on and so on. So it just seems like just another stagnation of black people using this drug as well. You need to clean up your motherfucking act. You are black. Black stands for a whole lot more than being a drug addict and an idiot. We even have the same problem right in our own country. In many ways, we have the same fucking problem. And I mean a whole write-up about it. How is the poverty and this and that and all this long drawn out story about this drug. When it should not have been anything to do with that at all in no shape or form. Black people have to start getting rid of a lot of this from our consciousness and from our people in many ways. There's no reason for us to be taking drugs at this time at all, because many of it is not going to help but destroy. And that is the purpose of it in all ways. In all ways, we see Letitia Nutgood James accused of witch hunt after, suing. Oh, she witch hunts all the time. She's a demon Democrat. This is how they do. If you put them on the spot and you sure the garbage that they do, they're gonna come after you. Just like when the people went to lend Donald Trump the money, as soon as they went after them. As soon as anybody come, because they believe they rule the world and they could get away with any fucking thing in our government. So this year, your elections and different things, people got to do more than just elect a president, but we've got to be a watchdog on every fucking corner. Instead of there having a paparazzi, the whole world now has got to become a paparazzi. Because we see a whole lot of bullshit going on. We see Donald Trump, Trumpy Bear, baby, being sentenced to Rikers Island for breach of gag order. Fuck is you gagging this man order for? The bullshit that Creep Joe Biden have said on that stage as even calling himself a wannabe fucking president, and you got a nerve to gag him in this because that's why you put him in the court so you could keep on gagging him and sending him to Rikers Island and all kind of jail shit. Y'all niggas is garbage. This is why the people that got to stand up against the tyranny that's inside our government. We see Trump held in contempt against the judge threatening to jail him. The fuck is the judge threatening to jail him for? Because you working for the Zionists licking their balls as well? Don't come with that bullshit, because anything Trump said, ain't nobody jumping on it just because he said it. And many people have many things to say. Also, I'm going to be putting up a live that's coming up that you're going to see is going to be very harsh and very hard and very whole. And you could understand the pain and the strength and the power of the warrior in itself. At the same time, I would take this man, Minister Farrakhan, as his answer in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it right there until you see what I'm talking about. So people's got to wake up past the bullshit.